wasn't actually planned as such. I know a lot of my friends and a lot of rodders, they will go to great lengths to develop, plan a car. They'll get together the componentry, they'll have that finished article in mind, and they'll stick to that and do it, and good on them for doing that. I struggle myself sometimes. It's bad enough trying to plan a business, let alone my personal life. So that way A Roadster really was, it's evolved over time. Just as I learnt more about the era that I was looking to build to and got more into it, you know, we'd swap things out and solids to wires and just the look and the finish. That car was supposed to be a finished painted car, nice interior and such like when it first started. We put it on the road for what was intentionally 3 months as a bit of a shakedown and you know, make sure everything's working, pull it apart and paint it. That was 6 years ago. I can't see it coming off the chassis. It's the basicness of a lot of them, the rawness. I drive my cars, and so I think cars are made to be driven. We get in, we enjoy it. There's no process you have to go through to make sure it's okay to take it out, or when you bring it home, wash and clean it, finish it. You know, it's just park it and get ready and it's there for you to drive next time. I just like the vintage style. It really does appeal to me. They are harder. You drive my Roadster for an hour, you know you've driven it for an hour. You know, I have a lumber roll that I put behind my back now, and that comes that rawness about them again, the basic engineering. I sleep better at night, so I've driven the cars, I know that. I've been doing cars for many years. I'm actually an automotive mechanic by trade. In my early age, just had a mentor in Pat Paul, and he's probably known to many of the older rodders around. Pat used to live behind us, Pat and Yvonne, and I used to babysit for them, Brendan, Paul. And when Pat and Yvonne were out, I always used to look over the fence at his cars, and then as I got older and could do the babysitting, I used to judge how long I'd be babysitting for by the size of the pile of hot rod magazines that Pat used to leave on the kitchen table for me. So, there are some influences that lean towards the hot rods. The 56 was done, and I was starting to sort of lean towards the earlier style cars through association with our good friends at Rocket, Dan and the guys, Jeff Klein and Gary, Dave Nelson, all those people, probably they influenced me to some degree. I was starting to hang around with that side of the sport, good people. And just again, that appeal came to me. And so that's when the Roadster came about. It was that it's built a Roadster.
Out comes Chris Mangus,
The chassis was one of Squeak's last chassis. Well, we say it's one of Squeak's last. Squeak's still with us, but I think before he sold. And it started its life at Blackjack. And they did the basic chassis work. The body was done over in Tauranga, and that's a bit of a mixture of modern, original, some fabrication and a couple of new patches in there. And then it was really Rocket took care of the rest of it for me, put the motor in, and really started to mould it into that vintage sort of flavour that it's got. That was what I call a passion purchase. I saw it on trade, and I thought, man, I'm going to have one of those, so I hit the buy now button, and yeah, it's the old Rocket motor, the 303 49, first overhead valve V8 motor ever produced. And yeah, again, different. That's what I was looking for something more traditional, what was available at the time. And that sits behind the Muncie, in front of the Muncie, I should say, sorry, box. And probably then we get into new Curry diff, Curry 9-inch. The V-dub combi steering box, so that's where some of my V-dub heritage come from. The rest is all very traditional, split wishbones, I-beam axle, and such like, all again, Dan's Rocket's choice for me, so it was a good experience that. So, and the brakes again, juice brakes. It's not dressed up to any degree. It's just we want to drive it and enjoy it. So I'm over polishing.
At Classic Cover Insurance, agreed value means agreed value. No fish hooks. There's a lot of reasons why your hot rod or classic should be insured with Classic Cover. To find out more, jump onto our website and see for yourself.
Michael Forbes has had it for a week. He's building one himself. Take mine, model it, measure it up, do what you want to do with it. I think he did a lot with it actually, petrol tank. But yeah, it'd be to be driven. I get a real buzz out of people enjoying themselves. And yeah, Ryan. Technically, that's Ryan's car, my son's. It's no longer mine. It hasn't been for some time, I understand. And yeah, we use it at the dust up. It's been to make the bowl dirt drag racing in it. That's why I like those types of cars. There's no, I'll be careful of this, be careful of that. If someone wants to enjoy it, they can. And away they go. When I first got back into it, the kids were quite small and they really didn't spin their wheels. It's probably the last 3-4 years that they're both taken a greater interest in it, which I'm very pleased about. We were driving somewhere and I had the Beach Boys came on one of my other albums, radio anyway, and they started singing it. And when my daughter did, and I said, well, you know the Beach Boys song, and she said, well, how can we? How could we not? We've had nearly 20 years of listening to it, you and your cars, so. We had some great times with them and that influence that I didn't realise was actually happening, but it's really special when the kids get involved, and especially I think in our hobby, because we don't see enough young ones coming through. You know, the cost is just so prohibitive, and I don't know what the solution is there, and that's why I say you go to a swap meet and it's to see a grey hair more often than not, so it is neat to see the young ones out there getting involved. It'd be great to see a lot more involved, but the family is special.